Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Abby, and today we're going to go through some wish list plants. I haven't filmed a wish list plant video in about a year and a half. I think it's been about a year and a half because I just haven't. There's no particular reason. I still do have a lot of wish list plants, but I haven't felt tempted to buy, and I think it's just because I've just been I was spending less time with my plants. I felt like I didn't need more at a particular time, space, like all various reasons. So whilst they haven't necessarily like just vanished and gone away, I still have wishlist plants. I just haven't really spoken about them. So in today's video, we're going to touch on what those plants are, and probably I'd say some of them are still existing wishlist plants and some are new. We'll start with the plant that I really want. I really want. It is, no surprise, a variegated Monstera, but the green, variegated on green, so sport variegation. And really, unless you specifically find a seller on Instagram or eBay, it's something that you are likely to just come across in the shops, and I always look and I never see anything. I find green on green sport variegation in Alloca and Epipremnum, but not on a variegated Monstera. So that is one that I would really love. Next is something I had 3 of these, and they loved my life. They literally loved the way I watered them. They loved the placement they were literally loving me. They were so long, but I don't know what happened. I literally can't remember what happened to them. I think I sold one and then the other I don't know what happened, but I would love a string of hearts. I bought some on Groupon, I think it was, for like, I think it was like £3.99 each, or something like 2 for a £5, and they were on the top shelf in my flat, and they trailed all the way to the bottom nearly. I really want those back. I'm so into trailing plants, and I have been for a long time. Like, really love trailing plants. So the variegated version would be cute, but I'm alright with just the normal one, you know, the string of hearts. Plant has definitely been on a wish list for me before. It is a variegated Aedenia, so Monstera Aedenia. I really love the look of this plant. I've had a one leaf cutting before, bought it from a bit of a dodgy seller, I'd say. It arrived with rot. She wouldn't accept it. Like, I'm literally like minutes after opening the package, I'm like sending her photos of how it's just like dead. And no surprise, it died. I was really sad about it. It was a really nice like variegation pattern on it, but the prices are so different now. Like, you can buy a full plant for like £30, so I'd want a full plant. Like, I'm into full plants, less so single cuttings now. So yeah, I would definitely want one of those. I like the mint one, but sometimes it can look a bit diseased, so I think that one I'd have to pick up. I'd have to pick out most of these in person, apart from the string of hearts, actually. So yeah, that one. The next one I currently have already, and it's an example of how I ordered it online and I was a bit like underwhelmed with it, but it was a variegated Epipremnum. I have seen these and I love them, but then I ordered one online and it was like just so meh. Like, the leaves are pretty, but it's not variegated. It's okay. It kind of looks a bit like the mint Aedenia in terms of like, it looks so limitedly variegated, it looks diseased. I can't really explain it, but it's not my favourite. But yeah, I would really like a good version of that. My next wishlist plant would be, and it's not just a plant, it's just like a range of plants. I would love loads of Alloca. I'm really into Alloca, and I was speaking to a few people on YouTube for my last video, a few videos ago, sorry, and we've come to the conclusion that I might not necessarily be bad at housing and homing, Alocasia. So I've got one on my top shelf up here. It's been a 3-leaf plant for the last 3 years, and I was like, I'm not good at looking after them. They don't really like me. Like, I just shouldn't really have them. So I've never really owned them. Like, it's a bit tragic, really. And I was sent one that was so beautiful. I sent one from someone on Instagram, and I really love it, and it really likes me. It's not necessarily growing really quickly, but I do want to buy more. And the reason I also stay away from them is because they've got a tendency to like go dormant in winter, and I think that would just be so upsetting. So I do want to push the boat out and get some Alocasia. So I don't necessarily have a favourite, but I'd like a unique, kind of like cool looking one. So if you've got any recommendations that are more hardy than the rest, but still quite cool, let me know, because I am on the hunt. I would like one. I'll start with one, might get two. The next is one that I have just bought a small version of, but I really want a large philodendron, Hartley philodendron, I think they're called. This was one of my first plants. I had it in my first flat and my second flat. It was huge. It literally used to go like up the moss pole, up the walls, across the ceiling, across the walls. Like, it was so big. It grew phenomenally. It was incredible, and I loved it. And it was literally just like a really dark green leafed, pretty hearted leaf shaped philodendron. It was so simple, so nice. I took loads of cuttings from it always as well. And I think after my first experience with thrips, that was in the kitchen, and the thrip outbreak was in the bedroom, and I just didn't really appreciate that thrips travel, and I lost it. I was really sad. It was a housewarming gift, if I remember. But yeah, I would like a full version of that, and I think I would have it climbing a wall, you know, like really pretty. The next plant on my wish list would be the Epipremnum medium silver. So it's like a very cebu blue, silvery blue, like tint. Like, it's like a very pearlescent leaf, and like a nice sheen to it. So I've loved that for about 2 to 3 years. They used to be extremely expensive. I'm not sure on the price anymore, but I still really would love one of those. I think they're really nice, but more of a fuller plant. I think that is a nice plant when it's a bit of a, you know, a bit of a bigger plant, like a 12-inch pot maybe, I don't know. Something of substance, I'd say, but yeah, I really still like that plant. New one on my wish list since going to Aldi the other day, and it was one of my first wish list plants like 5 years ago, is the polka dot plant, so the begonia. I really still like it. I think it's so cool. I never had it, and I'm not sure why I never purchased it. I think they used to be quite expensive because they were like the trendy plant. But I love the leaf shape, but I think it is when you have to buy in person, because I think they can sometimes from behind or from the side look a little bit like, not ugly, but a little bit just chaotic. I really would want one where it looked a particular way, and I'm quite fussy with plants. So there's a few plants that I have that I wanted, but I don't like that particular plant. So yeah, I mean, that's a good video, isn't it? Like, plants that I really wanted that I just don't hit it. Like, an example is the Epipremnum, the variegated one that I have. It's not hitting it for me. So with that begonia, the polka dot one, it's a particular looking one, so I'd have to pick that one up in person as well. The last plant is one that I have wanted for a little while, and I think I would buy it because I have experience with another version of it. So it's the lemon lime Moranta, and I had a variegated Moranta before. I bought it just before Magnus was born, and it was in my Lechusa self-watering pot. and it was loving it. When Magnus was born, things just got crazy, like, you know, newborn life, and it was just, my plants were totally neglected. I was doing like the bare minimum to keep them alive, and because that one was in the self-watering pot, I checked on it a lot less than I did my others. And it had was it mealybugs, I think it had. So it was a really nice full plant, and everyone would make so many lovely comments about it because it was really lovely and it loved the self-watering pot. But it didn't survive because it had mealybugs and I had left it for too long. So I would get the lemon lime Moranta and I would put it in that self-watering pot, and I can just imagine it being such a happy plant. Yeah, I think that would probably be one of the first that I would buy. But yeah, video, I really hope you enjoyed it. Very vague in terms of the Anthurium. I think the one that I would go for first is the Anthurium veitchii, I think it's called, but that is a more expensive one. But yeah, my wishlist plants are very manageable, affordable, just nothing crazy, you know. I think I'll do a crazy wishlist plant video, which would be really fun, but I don't normally wish for things that I can't achieve. I don't know why maybe this list is boring to you, but yeah, they're the plants that I would love. What was your favourite wishlist plant? What, have it been on your list for years? A lot of these have been on my list for years, and it just shows how restrictive I am with what I buy. That's like, you could just like, just go and get it. But yeah, let me know your wishlist plants in the comments below, and I will see you soon. Bye.